Mr. Humphrey, please.
Speaking.
Hold the line for a minute, please, Mr. Humphrey.
Hello, Mr. Humphrey. My name's Smith. B. Smith. Now, you don't know me, but we have an interest in, well, shall we say, a mutual acquaintance?
And who would that be, Miss Smith?
Your future stepmother.
What's going on here? How do you know her?
Oh, we've shared a flat for years, if you know what I mean. And a little dicky bird told me you've been pretty unpleasant.
Look, I don't know who you are, but you and I have got nothing to say to each other.
You'd be surprised. Tell me, do you want that house or not? If so, you better get over here, because I'm the only hope you've got. That should do it. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Oh, you don't have to thank me. You're entitled to your phone call. Smith. Be careful, eh?
Yeah. Well, come in, Mr. Humphrey. Sit down.
I don't intend to make this a social visit, so say what you've got to say so I can get out of here.
Oh, Mr. Fletcher, I forgot something. I left the steam on full in the steam press. Could be dangerous if anyone else uses it.
Well, I'd better go and see to it, hadn't I, Smith? I wouldn't want to see anybody get hurt.
That's very impressive. You seem to carry some weight around here.
That's because I get things done. And you are my project for today. So let's get started on it, eh?
By all means.
I won't beat around the bush with you because you're not worth it.
Now, don't talk to me like that.
I think I have a proposition for you that might be very interesting.
Oh, yes. The house. Right, but for God's sake, get on with it so I can get out of this place.
Let's just forget about the house for the moment. How would you feel about a headline reading something like, Bank manager's ex-con stepmother tells all?
That's ridiculous. That's nothing short of blackmail.
Coming from you, that is pretty funny. But don't stop me there. That's just the start. Ever heard of a bank man called Lenny Travers?
A bank man? No, he's a robber.
So, what's the difference? He robs banks. Then he gets out in 3 months. And he owes me a favour. I looked after his mum when she was in here.
Very touching.
Oh, that's me. I'm all heart. Anyway, Lenny's been a big disappointment to his old mum. She's scared one day he might kill someone. Or it's a dead cert, he'll do a job when he gets out. But all the city banks know him. So he'll have to go to the country. Won't he? Chances are you might just meet him yourself someday. And like I said, he owes me a favour.
Gordon, what a surprise. What are you doing here?
I came here this afternoon because I had a phone call from my father's solicitor.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Shaw, lovely bloke.
He tells me that my father's entire estate has been left to you.
Yeah, that's right. Wonder why Sid would do a thing like that.
I wonder. Couldn't have been something you said to him that made him change his mind, could it?
Eh?
Mr. Humphrey, you're not suggesting...
My father's will was made when my mother died. The entire estate was left to me and my family. There was no question of changing it. Until he met this person.
Mr. Humphrey, there is no need to be insulting.
What sob story did you tell him? How did you get a meeting out of your hand?
I never did. We was just good friends.
That is enough. Mr. Humphrey, I have given you special permission to see Lizzie, and you are abusing that privilege. I think it would be a good idea if you left now.
That house belongs to me, and I intend to have it.
Are you leaving, or must I call a guard to have you escorted out?
I never did, Mrs. M. Honest.
Mrs. Birdsworth is not well, Mr. Humphrey. How dare you speak to her in that manner?
My father was also very ill. He was obviously a great deal sicker than I realized. However, I'll be seeing my own solicitor about this matter. Mrs. Birdsworth would be well advised to settle out of court.
Well, it's not going to be easy. She can be very determined.
We'll see about that.
What an unpleasant man. Is my typing ready yet, Julie?
Well, Lizzie's calmed down a bit. I sent her back with the other women. I'm sure they can be of more comfort to her than I am.
Yes, it's most unfortunate.
Oh, Mrs. M. No luck, eh?
I'm afraid not. You were right about Gordon. It was a waste of time.
I knew it would be. But don't worry, and thank you for trying.
Birdsworth, you've got a visitor.
Who is it?
Gordon Humphrey.
Speak of the devil.
You can say that again. Will you come with me, Mrs. M? I'm not afraid of the mongrel. I just don't want him to bamboozle me with all that legal stuff.
Of course.
If he tries to stampede you, love, just give us a yell. I'll fix the little rat.
Well, Mrs. Morris, I thought we decided that I didn't need you as a go-between.
Lizzie asked me to be here.
I want her for a witness.
A witness? What for? This has been a legal meeting. I'd have sent my lawyer. I just wanted to have a little talk.
Then talk.
Mrs. Morris tells me you've decided to fight the case.
You're damn tootin' right I am.
Oh, that doesn't seem very sensible, does it? Don't you realize what's involved? All the worry, the strain, the muckraking in the courts. I mean, it could go on for years. You're not exactly a young woman anymore. And what's the point?
The point is that Sid wanted me to have that house, to look after it. The last time you had it, you put them tenants in and they practically wrecked it.
Don't you realize you haven't got a chance? I mean, you weren't even married.
And whose fault was that? You threatened to turn his grandchildren against him, so I called it off. You're a greedy, money-grubbing vulture.
That's great coming from you, isn't it? Isn't that the reason you picked him up in the first place?
I didn't pick him up, I loved him.
Loved him? Ha, at your age, don't make me laugh. He was a sick old man. You realize he wouldn't have long to live, so you decided to sink your claws in and get all that you could.
That's fair enough.
You never lied, do you? Oh! Mr. Humphrey, either you get out of here now or I will not be responsible for what happens.
You better do as she says. Not that'll do you any good, because I'm going to fix you just like I said.
Well, if you think that I'm going to let the likes of you move into the house, you've got another think coming. Now, you've shown me a weak point, neither grandchildren. Well, I'll make sure they have something to remember him by, the true story. He was a simple-minded old fool who was tricked into making out his will to a greedy, grasping, cunning old woman who persuaded him that she was in love with him. Huh. Well, that'll make a fine story to tell the grandchildren, won't it?
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone.